Today we have one of these widely popular Mantis cultivators in here, and it just does not want to start. As the customer was telling me the symptoms, I took a look at these fuel lines that are very hard. We're going to get a little deeper in this thing and see what we can find. We'll remove this cover. Air filter, a little saturated. 2 bolts hold the carburetor on. Before you remove them, you can slide this over and get your throttle cable out of the way. And then these. Well, that's a lacquery bad sign. And as it bent down, this line snapped completely off. I like to use an O-ring removal tool to pop this out. And let's get it out of the way. And that old gasket. That was pretty simple. Then we have this repower kit, which the link will be in the description. $17 gets you all this. Start the fuel filter in. Once you get it started, work it down and away from you in the tank. And start it in with the edge down first. You'll see this little lip. That's what you got to work. You want it in that center band right there. That flat part is what's going to be against the tank. So start that little beveled lip down in there. And you use this O-ring tool that doesn't tear stuff up. And use the tool to work this piece down into where it's supposed to be. Its bluntness allows you to come in and help seat this thing, seat the grommet without damaging it. One day when I'm big time, I'll have a camera holder and y'all get to see me do this with 2 hands, and it's a whole different story. Anyway, now we're here. This one is the return line. This is the suction line that has the filter on the end of it. On the carburetor, the return line will be up next to the purge bulb, and down here next to the fuel pump diaphragm is the line with the filter, suction line. Now there's a hole in the back of this carburetor, and there's 2 filters, or 2 gaskets, only one will work. And it's this one, because those holes have to line up, because this is the back of it, right? And as you put this thing on here, that hole lines up with this passageway right here, that little cutout, that little slot set thing. That is an impulse passage. Every time that piston goes up and down, it sends a little pulse through that hole, through the carburetor, to the fuel pump diaphragm down here to suck fuel out of the tank. It's the little fuel pump working off of the pulse of the piston, and it comes through that. So that has to line up with that hole, make sure it's not blocked up or it won't run. Also, this front gasket will have a hole that lines up with the hole on that side. So get a gasket in between your air filter holder and carburetor, gasket on the back. Let's get ready to put this thing in. Slide it up in place. After that, hook your lines up, return up top, line bottom here. Breather goes up into this hole. Throttle cable, air filter. Customer says fresh gas, we'll pump it up, choke it. It hit on the 3rd pull on choke, turn choke off, it's sitting here idling, we'll have to go here and adjust it. Mantis was fun.